Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm coming in hot.
What's up, guys? Real quick, thank you for watching our video. Make sure y'all watch all the way to the end, where we're going to be giving away one of our Reklez Suspension Works shirts, including a keychain. So make sure you guys watch. Thank you. What's up, guys? Welcome back. We're going to be working on this 1990s Chevy Silverado 1500 single cab step side. Now, this truck was already bought drop, so we didn't do the drop. It currently sits at about a 4.6. I believe the front is spindles, and I was informed that it is cut springs, so we'll be checking that a little bit later. Also, the back has a flip kit, C-notch, and I believe air shocks. So the plans for this vehicle is to go ahead and do a lot of our prototype, a lot of our research and development parts that we've been wanting to install for the 88 through 98 models. We have shock extenders for the guys that are going to be running the 8-inch drop, 9-inch drop, all that we've already been working on developing. Also, we're going to be working on the rear coilover kit. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because we get a lot of calls about that, about the 88 through 98 rear kits. So we're hopefully going to be taking care of you guys on that. We're going to be doing a bunch of upgrades. Like I mentioned to you guys, one of the upgrades we already did was the exhaust. The exhaust work was done by Aces Performance Exhaust here in Houston. The guys hooked us up. We did a MagnaFlow muffler, so it's real quiet. They put the pipe all the way towards the back, kind of hidden. You can see it over there by the rear shackle. So y'all make sure to give those guys a shout, a follow. Aces Performance Exhaust. Now, this might be fine, I guess, for whoever did it. That's fine. That worked for them. But just for us, we're a little bit different. Our standards are a little bit different, so that definitely doesn't work for us. Air shocks. It also seems to have a DJM drop kit, flip kit. So that gives about 6 inches, and you can see the notch there. So, which that's fine. And then the shock for the back. So we want to be replacing this guy with QA1 adjustable shocks. And we're going to have that as a package deal where you can buy the front coilovers and the rear adjustable shocks as a package. And we are planning to do front and rear sway bars as well. I think I mentioned that already. If not, well, now y'all guys know. We want you to follow along with this build, as we're going to be adding a lot of products. We're going to be removing these air shocks, installing the new QA1 adjustable shocks, and we're going to be offering our own version of the shock extenders. All right, so we went ahead and got the air shocks. As mentioned earlier, we got them out. Of course, these guys being that the air shocks have little air lines and a connection. So these have came out. Now we're going to be installing these guys here. QA1 adjustable rear shocks. And we're going to be using the coilover setup for the front. As mentioned earlier, it replaces the factory spring and the shock, which is also adjustable there as well. Now, this is our new design, shock extenders. So we're not 100% sure if we're going to need those. So we're going to find out. We're all going to find out at the same time. See if these things are going to be needed. So follow along as we continue with our build. And just real quick, I wanted to mention that we are going to be working on the pricing video. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting for us to do the pricing video. However, we do have other videos that are being edited and are going to be uploaded before that video. Just wanted to mention real quickly that we haven't forgotten about that video for you guys. And we are going to be uploading that as soon as possible. Thank you. So we went ahead and put the QA1 shocks, beautiful looking shocks, plenty of travel, and has our new design for the shock extenders. This is the original shock extenders that we took off. Not sure what side this came off. They're both very similar. They were welded on there, which I guess that's fine, but just created a little bit more work for us. And this is what I was telling about the adjustability, being able to tune it, you know, minus and plus. so either stiffer or less. And that's the driver's side. Went ahead and took care of the passenger side. Now, one thing that we did notice was this space up here is not how it needs to be. This is way too small of a space. So, and the reason is because of this pinion angle. Probably really difficult to tell on the video, but this pinion angle is way too up. It's way too high. It needs to be down some. So that's something that we noticed towards the end of the installation that we're going to be fixing. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow to watch that. And of course, we're probably going to show that in the same video, so I'm just joking with you guys. If for whatever reason the pinion angle does come down and the shock extender does not work, we're going to go ahead and redesign that guy. And that's one of the things that we like to do before we post something out there. We want to make sure that everything looks good, everything works exactly how it needs to. So, and yes, because I know I mentioned earlier that we're not sure about the shock extender. Yes, the shock extender will be needed, and this is what we're aiming for, this amount of space, what we call travel. So that allows us to not only be able to have a very smooth ride, but also lower the truck more. And I'm hoping we are able to show you a little bit more drop. As we mentioned earlier, we have the flip kit here, and the pinion angle is an issue. So went ahead and had that swapped over to a different style flip kit. This is a one-piece flip kit. So this unit here is the flip kit itself, and that's one piece. Of course, you're still gonna have the top plate and the bottom plate, but if you notice on this flip kit, it's two pieces. You see the bottom piece and the top piece. So those are a little bit harder to do the adjustment on there, which is fine. We can install both, but to save time and not keep messing with those nylon locking nuts, having to replace them and readjust it, we just went with the one piece. It's a little bit easier. Also replaced from the round U-bolts to the square U-bolts. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up the other side and make sure that the pinion angle is the way it needs to be. Okay, so now both sides of the flip kit have been installed. So that was the driver's side. Showed you earlier the passenger side. Now let's check the drive line. So if you can tell, hopefully you can, it's a lot straighter. This part here, see, it's a little bit of a straighter line than how it was earlier, a lot higher. So that did actually fix the angle that we needed. Excuse me, well, yeah, I guess it fixed the angle as well, but also the space. See, now it's a lot more space. Earlier was probably just up to here, but now that the rear end went down to fix the pinion, it allows us to have more space. So we have a lot more travel on the passenger side. Wasn't worried about the driver's side because that one has plenty of travel, you know, so just mark it real quick, about 4.5 fingers. I know that's funny, but trying to hold the phone and tape measure, it's pretty difficult. So the driver's side was fine. I wasn't worried about that. Passenger side now it's really well. It's really good. So it's roughly about 4 fingers as well of distance. Okay, so we got it off the alignment rack. Took care of the back as y'all guys saw. Now we're gonna put it up on our lift and start doing the front coilovers. Already went ahead and put some cool stickers representing Reklez, of course, and QA1. So let's get to it.
Coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow. Just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam. I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena.
Okay, moving along with our OBS project build. Went ahead and had the front done already. So one thing that we also did replace that's going to be included in the kit is the spindle. I did mention earlier in the video that it did have drop spindles, but we wanted to show you guys everything that you're going to be getting with the kit. So we want to make sure that we stick with the good quality spindle, which we replaced already, and we went ahead and installed the QA1 coilovers for the front. Of course, already y'all guys already know, but just repeating it real quick, the springs and coilovers are included in the kit. And then you can see the adjustment knob for smoothness, firmness there. It's going to be easy access for it. Another thing that we're planning to add is going to be a sway bar. This guy here. We already replaced the links. If it didn't come all that already, because we have done some work to it already in the past. So the links are new. Let's just put it that way. And we are planning to replace the sway bar. Now, that'll be probably in a later video. So y'all guys let us know y'all would like to see that as well. Because those are pretty simple, but we have no problem showing you guys if y'all want to see that. But right now, for the meanwhile, if you will, want to show you what the 4.6 drop with coilovers and QA1 rear shocks is going to ride like, look like, etc. Showing you real quick what was on there before was original springs. They had replaced the shocks, and the reason why I say they is because we bought this truck already dropped and everything. I believe I mentioned that earlier, and it did have drop spindles already. But again, we replaced those to show you what you're going to get with the kit. Now these springs were actually already cut. You can kind of see little marks there. And I did ask the owner how the drop was done when I purchased the vehicle, and he did mention that they had cut the springs. They did replace the shocks, as you can see there. The ride quality, to be honest, wasn't that bad, but of course, it's not something that we recommend. We want everything done right, and that's what we show you guys on our channel. Driver's side is still stock. We're going to be replacing all the original parts that you just saw and putting our QA1 kit on there. Now, in case you guys were wondering why we wouldn't recommend cutting springs or anything like that, is because it does affect the ride quality over time. You know, I'm assuming for this vehicle to get it sold or get a buyer interested, you know, you lower the stands. Of course, a lot of people are going to want to be wanting to buy it. I personally wasn't interested in the stance since I already knew beforehand we were going to change everything regardless, but I was looking for this particular body style. So within time, you know, those shocks are going to go out, those springs are going to go out, and the front will camber. Another video that I had as an idea was to swap out ball joints, show you guys if y'all want to swap out ball joints or what it takes to swap out ball joints. If y'all guys would like to see a video like that, make sure you hit the like button. That's going to be our notification to us to know if that's something you guys would want to see. Just make sure y'all hit the like button so we can go ahead and show you guys those videos of replacing ball joints. If you have ideas for the video, simply just put it down on the comments. So a little update on the build so far. So went ahead and brought it down from the lift, and the rim started rubbing on the control arm, or the control arm started rubbing on the rim, however you want to see that. And we were wondering why, since the truck, the previous owner had told me that it did have drop spindles. And I'll be honest with you, we were changing the drop from the get-go, so we didn't pay that much attention to it. Turns out it didn't have drop spindles. So when we put the drop spindles, the lower arm started rubbing on the rim. So this is what we had to do. We had to trim here, trim it all the way around, and of course we got to paint that, but I just wanted to show you we had to trim that so now the wheel can turn, and since this piece was out to here, now it can turn and not hit or interfere with the arm. So that leads me to a good point, that even if it did have drop spindles before, if you're running 15, 16, 17, I think anything below a 20, if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to trim the lower arm. But like I said, we thought it did have lower spindles, and that was already trimmed before. We didn't realize that till we put it down, but that's part of the build process, man. You know, we bought a used truck. It's a project build. We knew that there were some issues that we were going to have to address, so that was just one of them. Also made for me to provide more information in the video, so I ain't mad at anybody about that. We also did some maintenance work on it as well that I will mention later on the video. But moving forward, we're also adjusting these coilovers, since we set it down and it's set a little bit too low, so we're adjusting those as well. One thing that I did want to talk about was the wheels and tires. Now, we did get a lot of questions since we were posting the update videos on Instagram and on Facebook. The wheels are, the tires are 235 55 17, and from my understanding, they're kind of like a Corvette style wheel, which they're nice. I like them. I like the chrome. But in order for those wheels to be on this vehicle, now again, we did buy this vehicle like this, so it already came set up this way, is that it needed to have spacers. Not only just one spacer, but literally spacers, as in more than one. It has this little one right here in the back, the one in the middle, and this one here. That's not safe. That's 100% not safe, and not the way we would recommend anybody doing it. Now, you can run front spacers. So I want people to understand this. You can run front spacers, but they have to be the right ones. They have to be specifically, not this universal style here. They have to be specific to this vehicle, that are wheel centric and hub centric, that locks everything together. This is not the way I would recommend it. And of course, if they're ran for the front, most definitely, or they ran for the back, you can see the spacer there. The rear tire size, in case you're interested in that, is a 245 50 18. You know, so the back are 18s, front are 17s. So we're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna have to get a new set of wheels and tires because we want to make sure that this truck is safe. It does look nice, and I do agree with the look or the style of the wheels with the truck. It does complement each other very well, but again, that's not safe. So I did want to point that out for you guys as far as the spacers. Okay guys, after the second adjustment, we went ahead and set the truck down and we put it up on our alignment rack. We already went ahead and did the alignment. I've actually already did the test drive on it as well, and let me tell you, it rides super smooth, very comfortable. I am very impressed and very pleased to tell you these QA1 coilovers with adjustable shocks ride incredibly well. I have no problems with the handling of the vehicle. It feels planted, what I would call kind of firm on the ground, so it looks really nice. The stance is exactly how I want it. It's not tucking tire. It is a little bit above the tire, so I got plenty of travel. You know, I mentioned that a lot on the videos. So I got plenty of travel here, and it looks really nice. Now, one thing that I'm doing a little bit different than I've done on other videos is that I'm actually putting it up on our alignment rack and taking some measurements. I've never done that before, at least not that I can remember on any other video. So we're gonna be doing some measurements, and the alignment rack, believe it or not, is one of the most level pieces of equipment that we have compared to the ground. So we're gonna measure from the bottom of the alignment rack. Let me just show you that real quick. From here to here. And just to show you guys, as mentioned earlier, look how level that is. That is incredibly level. So that's why we have full confidence in taking the measurement from the bottom to the top. Okay, so we're just starting with the right front, just to show you that. And again, it's measured from the bottom all the way to the top. And if I show you that number, let me see if this can zoom in. You're looking at roughly, depending on the angle, about 27.5. So this is the front passenger side at roughly 27.5. Now to the driver's side front, again from the bottom all the way to the top, it looks like we are trying to let this thing zoom. You're looking at about 27 7/16. So literally 1/16 difference between the left side and the right side in the front. So let's now head to the back. Driver's side rear, coming up next. We are roughly at, God, this thing doesn't want to focus. It doesn't want to focus, but it's okay. I'm gonna give you the number. So it's 27 9/16. 27 9/16. Last but not least, rear passenger from the bottom all the way to the top. And we're looking at, this is the biggest difference out of the whole truck, which is roughly 27 3/4. 27 3/4. So if we go over it again, you can tell that the truck is quite close to being level. It's not going to be perfectly level, which of course I was not expecting on an older truck, or even a new truck for that matter. You're not going to get a perfectly level truck. I know a lot of guys believe that you can, but I'll tell you, from hundreds and hundreds of trucks, you're not going to get them perfectly level. So I'm not worried about it one bit. The biggest discrepancy is on this side, that if you look closely, it almost looks like the back is lower than the front. If you really look closely between the back and the front, and it's actually taller in the back. That's a really nice result for an older truck, even a new truck. Anything that's under 1 inch, it's not even worth adjusting because you won't be able to. If it was, in case you guys are wondering, in case it was over 1 inch, or you have what we call the famous Chevy lean, then you can at that point either add drop shackles, lifting shackles. There's more stuff that you could do in 1 inch increments. These parts by QA1 really turned out really nice, exactly what we wanted. We can adjust the smoothness or firmness of our ride quality, which is really nice. I did mention that we're going to be adding sway bars, so y'all guys stay tuned to that. We're going to be adding more videos. If you guys have any questions, give us a call, 832-770-4366. Once again, that's area code 832-770-4366. Make sure to purchase this or any other of your suspension product needs at www.reklez.com. Once again, that's www.reklez.com. God bless. Check out the latest gear that we're offering. It's a couple of our shirts, and they come in a couple of colors. We're looking at red and gray, black and white, black and red, and white and black. I don't think we've posted these other than on Instagram. So if you guys follow on Instagram, y'all would see this before anybody else. So make sure you guys follow so y'all can see the latest products that we do add to our website at www.reklez.com. For a limited time only, we're going to be including with every shirt purchase one of our keychains. There's one, here's another. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. They do come in sizes from M to 4X. Once again, that's M to 4X. The larger sizes do seem to sell a little bit faster, as we have been selling and shipping these out already. I just wanted to post it in one of the videos. I also want to make sure I give a giveaway out. So the first person to comment, watch till the end, that's watched till the end, will get a free shirt. I will contact you and I will send this out to you free of charge. And of course, that will include our keychain. So once again, you can get the shirts and keychains if you just want the keychains on our website at www.reklez.com. All right, so this is the new project that we're going to be working on 2019. I know we did the video on the black one. Went ahead and upgraded that one to now the LTZ. So this is also 2019 LTZ. And we're going to do the color match. We did do the color match on the black one, believe it or not, but I didn't have a video of it. So I'm hoping to make a video of this build here. So this is 2019 LTZ, like I mentioned. We're going to be painting the bumpers, the grill, and also the rear bumpers. I'm thinking about probably doing the debadging. In other words, having the Silverado and the Texas edition taken off. Don't know yet. I kind of like the way it looks. It is kind of a white, but it's a pearl white. There's not much sun right now since it's raining, but it looks really nice in the sun. I'm hoping, hopefully after the color match, it's going to look a little bit better. It might be a sunny day, so I can show you that as well.
A few moments later.
Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Yeah.
Man, look at this thing here. Oh my goodness. I am really happy with the end result of the color match. Can we get a like? Can y'all please just give us a like just for the color match itself? It looks really, really, really nice. Love how this truck turned out. Like I mentioned, they did do the black one as well. Unfortunately, I didn't do a follow-up, so I wanted to make sure I did a follow-up on this one. They also did the debadging for the Texas edition that was on the door, and they took away a little bit of the dealership, not a little bit, but they took away the dealership emblem in the back. Color matched it, front bumper, grill, and rear bumper as well. Turned out really nice. Really happy with the result. Make sure you give these guys a follow. Drastic Changes. I'll be putting a link to their pages and whatnot on the description, or I might put it on the video as well.